Joined by senior Margot Rouquette from Sacred Heart, who just won the individual championship at the NEC Championship. Margot, how are you doing?
I'm doing pretty well. This win was definitely made my season a little bit sweeter.
So just tell me, your team won the NEC Championship and then you finished first individually. So tell me, what does that mean for yourself and your team?
Obviously, for the team, it was a great accomplishment. We just won the NEC Championship a third time in a row. We also established the largest victory margin in the NEC history, 42 stroke. So obviously, I'm really proud of my team for accomplishing this goal. We set up a new record, and it's just great to hit that mark. Individually, it obviously means a lot to me too. I've been trying to get this win for the past 4 years, and I think it is definitely a great way to end my senior year, and now onto the NCAA regionals. We're gonna try to make the best out of it.
Mm. So take me through your tournament. So particularly the second round, you shot one under or 69. So tell me about that round and how it helped you, ultimately, be the individual champion.
Yeah, my one under round was a great round, but I don't think I don't think that's the round that made me win the tournament. But I think it put me into a great tempo and just a great rhythm, and I was just on a good roll. I was really focused on every shot I hit, which really helped me process and make the best decision that I could. And I brought that into the third round. We had very bad weather, very rainy. It was very cold. We dropped like 30 degrees almost, two club wind. And I just stayed focused, stay in the moment, shot by shot. And yeah, it ended up turning into for for me. So it was great.
It was rainy and windy. I was in. Oh, wait, when did you play?
So we played on Friday through Sunday, and
Really?
yeah, it was 85 degrees weather on Friday and Saturday,
Yeah.
and then all of a sudden
Oh,
Sunday we
okay.
wake up, big storm during the
Oh,
night. It
yeah.
was 50 degrees weather,
Yeah.
super bad weather.
Yeah. I was confused because I was in Hilton Head for the PGA tournament and it was like 90 degrees on Saturday. And then Sunday, let's see, I was flying shuffler and we got through 11 holes and then it started raining and they had a weather delay at 4 p.m.
Yep, that's what happened.
Oh, that's what with you. Okay. So now you're going to the Bryant Regional in Texas, hosted by Texas A&M. So just tell me, how excited are you to go to your third straight conference championship or
Uh,
regionals?
yeah, we're very excited. We're just trying to make better results than the past years. We've been kind of approaching this tournament a little bit different this year, more preparation. Obviously, coaches are still down in Georgia to help the men's team win the conference championship, hopefully. And we've been practicing on ourselves, but everyone has been super disciplined, and hopefully it will be a good thing for us. And we'll try to make it into the top 10 this year, maybe.
So I looked at all the regionals, yesterday. Was it yesterday or was it Tuesday when they got announced? Whenever they got announced. Yeah, yesterday. And I think your regional is one of the toughest ones, if not the toughest. Because you're playing teams like, LSU, Texas A&M, Clemson, Vanderbilt, Ohio State, Maryland, I believe also Iowa State. So just tell me, what it'd be like to play those teams would be, you get going into a tough test, against really great teams. So, you know, what'll that be like playing against, some really tough opponents?
I don't think there is any pressure for us. We're just the underdogs. No one knows us. As you said, it's been our third time making it to the regionals now. So for us, it has become a little bit more of we're getting used to it. We played into the Stanford regionals 2 years ago.
Yeah.
LSU was in this one. Texas A&M was in this one. Stanford as well. We already saw that competition. I think for us, what would be great is just having a great round and being paired with a team like Maryland, or being paired with like a very nice team that could be good for us, and just seeing how the better team do it. It would be great for the program. It would be great for each one of us as a player. So yeah.
And then you played at Georgia's regional, and then last year, and then Stanford's 2 years ago. So, what can you take from those experiences into this year in, Texas? What can you learn from
I
those
think
experiences?
for me, Stanford has been a big step for me. I think I really saw how a player like Rose Zhang was in my regional. So like it was amazing just seeing how she would go about the round. And then I was lucky enough to go back to the range like after my round, and Rose Zhang just set camp right behind me, and I just saw how she was practicing. And I was even more lucky. Ingrid Lindball just came like 2 spots next to me again. So I was just hitting between the two best player in the world, and I just saw how they were approaching it. It just just really left a mark in me, and then I've just been way more disciplined since then. Last year was just a tough regional for myself, but I'm really looking forward to make it up this year. So
Yeah, you were talking about Roseanne. I saw her play. Was it last year in New York? They have a tournament at Liberty National. I saw her first professional win. That was very impressive.
yeah, she's a impressive player.
Yeah. So let's just go through your stats this year. We won't go through it all. It's been a very impressive, season for your team. Second at Delaware State, second at Boston College.
I was actually first at Delaware State.
Yeah, first individual. Okay. Yeah, first at your home fall tournament, second individually, second at Texas State, first, at your spring tournament, second at Kings Mill, William and Mary, first at Prospect Bay, and then obviously you won, Northeast Conference Championship. So just
You were talking about the team results. Yeah, we did get second as at Delaware State. Sorry.
okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So just tell me, how has the season been for your team, and did you see this conference championship coming?
Yeah, I mean, obviously we had our eyes set on it since the beginning of the year. Delaware State was actually a really tough tournament because Howard was playing in that one too, and they ended up getting the win.
Yeah.
So it definitely made us put our head down and really practice harder because Howard is in our conference. They beat us in one tournament, so like we didn't think we had in the bag. We had to work for it. Howard is a really good team. We're a really good team too, and it's just like it all came down to that one tournament at the end, but they also had a really good season. So we didn't know for sure that we were gonna win. We just knew we had to be disciplined and we had to keep grinding and just be there without complaining and just play our best. That's what we did. And I think this whole season we just tried to do that. I believe we established a few records during the season too. We had our lowest round as a team, I think 4 under. So really good for this program. Yeah, this season has been great overall.
So you're going to be an assistant golf professional here at Great River. So, how did that come about? And, why did you want to become an assistant golf professional?
Yeah, I mean that's a great opportunity that I have here. Obviously this is our home course.
Okay.
It's owned by Sacred Heart, so like I'm lucky to be coming as a alumni from Sacred Heart and then becoming the assistant pro here. I think it's gonna do a lot of goods for me professionally, just like being in the working world and finally getting, like the first paycheck after college. It's a really nice feeling to have that right off the bat. But it's also a great way for me to keep practicing, and I'm planning on going to Q school for the LET in December.
Okay.
So I'm gonna be able to just keep practicing and playing in a few of the PGA Connecticut tournaments. So it's gonna be a great season and great way to just launch into the next chapter.
Yeah, I interviewed a girl. She played at Ohio State, and she got first at the first stage of LAT qualifying. So you're majoring in sports management, is that correct?
Yep.
So tell me, why did you decide on sports management, and what did you want to get out, career-wise of majoring in sports management?
Actually, so at first, my initial thoughts was maybe to be an an agent for players, because I'm also like really big into hockey. I played hockey before playing competitive golf, or I was doing both as a kid, but then I kind of chose hockey for 4 years. I was thinking of maybe being an agent for hockey players or pro golfers, but then everything changed. I just thought, why not try it to be pro myself? And then I just kept grinding, and I added a minor in psychology to help my mental game. Yeah, and then now I just use that as like knowledge to maybe manage my career. That's it. Like I'm just trying to stay in the golf world.
Do you like hockey? Do you have any favorite teams? Like, I'm actually hoping that the Rangers lose one of their next two games because I'm going into well, I have a ticket to game five, so if they sweep, I don't get to go to the game, and if they lose one game, then I get to go in my first ever playoff game. So tell me about your hockey background, and do you have any favorite teams or players?
Yeah, so I'm actually a Habs fan, so I'm Canadians, like
Canadian?
just because well, I'm from France, I'm a French speaker. It's the only team that speaks French, so why
Okay.
not? Also my uncle was a huge fan, so I've just been following in his footstep. Um, but yeah, and yeah, I played hockey for a really long time. I played for 15 years, I believe. I was in Team France for 5 years. Like I played for the U15 team. I was the captain. Then I played for the U18. I played for World Championship.
Okay.
Um, and then I went to play like prep school hockey in Canada for 2 years, and then prep school hockey in
Okay.
upstate New York in Lake Placid. Best way to
Wow.
play hockey. So like No, yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of injuries, and also I was ready to move on from hockey and try my chance in golf.
So you're from France. Tell me about growing up in France and how you got started playing golf.
Actually, funny story. Like nobody really played golf in my family. They just were like, all right, like let's just put it on the golf course. They started playing at the same time as I did, kinda, and they wanted this to be kind of like a family thing. So like, my brother and I both had to take golf lessons so we could play as a family. I don't think they expected me at least to be like a competitive golfer. My brother isn't, but yeah, we just started playing like that. My dad put a club in my hand when I was like 2 years old in the background in the backyard, and they were like, "Okay, hit the ball," and
Mhm.
it was the same thing with hockey too. So,
So tell me, how does someone from France end up at Sacred Heart, in Fairfield, Connecticut? So tell me about your journey to, from France to Connecticut.
obviously it all started with hockey.
Okay.
It's when I was 15, I think 2016, I played my first world championship. It was in Canada.
Okay.
Um, so by playing this championship, I just ended up seeing some schools, and the Canadian prep school kind of recruited me, Stansted College. I went there for 2 years. They also had a golf team, so I was playing hockey in the fall and the spring a little bit, winter mostly, and then in the spring I would play golf when the weather would warm up. And then I transferred to Lake Placid to Northwood School. Kind of the same thing, hockey in the fall and winter, and then spring there was obviously a little bit of golf. And I just got super lucky. My headmaster is the one who created a camp called the Kerry Cup in Ireland,
Okay.
and he helped me get there. I met a lot of coaches. I played that tournament. I got the must like sportsmanship award. So a lot of coaches just appreciated my attitude and my game, obviously. But I couldn't go to those big school like that were present, those Ivy Leagues. But the Brown coach helped me get in touch with Sacred Heart, and
Okay.
that's how I got here. They were buddies, and he just put in a good word for me, and then I started talking to Coach McGreevy, and there you go.
So finally, just tell me, you're a senior. How has your, 4 years at Sacred Heart been?
I mean, my 4 years have been definitely a roller coaster. I've been through a lot of challenges, but I think the best way to say it's that it all ended good, and I think I'm getting out of my 4 years in college the best way I could have ever imagined. So I'm really delighted to finally move on to the next chapter. But I'm also so grateful for Sacred Heart and everything it has given to me, and all the opportunities that were given to me.